before I go to the calls, I got to tell you, Karen Bass is a mess. And I tried to warn the American people, just as I did with the fallen Messiah, Barack Obama, before he and Big Mama Michelle entered into the White House. I said, don't vote for Barack. Oh, Barack is only going to make things worse. Barack doesn't love America. But the white people voted for him because he spoke well. And they thought, well, maybe we vote for him. The black people would know we love them. And it did not work. And under Obama, we became more divided and more communist than any other time in history of America. And it's only gotten worse. And then I tell you, don't be voting for these black liberals, men and women, but especially women, the men too. They're not going to make America great again. It's not in them. I can't think, and no one has been able to tell me of any blacks that you voted into government. You can't tell me anything that they've done in the last 70 years or so. You can't tell me anything that they have done that made America great again. It made America better. It added to America and made America better. But you keep voting for them. Same thing with Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles. I said, don't vote for her. I have debated Karen before. She doesn't know her way out of a paper bag. How's she going to run a city? But you voted for her because you were black and female. And now look what you're getting. According to Daily News, L.A. Mayor Karen Bass has offered an astonishing excuse for her infamous trip to Ghana. Ghana, as her city erupted in wildfire. She was in Ghana, really visiting with the sisters, meaning other black women, saying she went there because no one told her not to. Watch this from Fox 11.
I'm going to go to Ghana, which I know you've said was a mistake now. But I just am curious on the thought process behind it.
Right.
Because we know that there was warnings about the weather before you went, and you still went. What was the thought process behind going to Ghana?
So let me just tell you a couple of things. First of all, when the White House called and asked me if I would represent the president, I said yes. It was going to be a very, very short trip.
This is under Joe
over
Biden.
A weekend and 2 business days. We need to look at everything about the preparation and all of that for the fires, because I think when we evaluate that, we will find that although there were warnings that I frankly wasn't aware of, although there were warnings, I think our preparation, it wasn't what it typically is, meaning that before there's a major weather event, for example, last week when we knew we were going to get into the rains, you saw us come together and us talk about, get your sandbags, bring the K-rails out. That type of preparation didn't happen. If that had, I will tell you, Alex, I wouldn't have even gone to San Diego, let alone leave the country.
So you have a mayor who didn't know. And that white man trying to understand her mindset. White people trying hard to understand the mindset of the blacks. What's that mindset? Isn't that an amazing question? Anyone want to know, what, Karen, you're the mayor of the city, you were going to Ghana. And you knew the weather was going to be bad. Oh, I didn't know. Isn't that amazing? And you voted for this. White people trying to understand the mindset of the blacks. Even the blacks don't understand the mindset of the blacks. She didn't even know when she took funding from the fire department. All the Karen Bass know how to do is put on a fake grin and pretending that she loved the homeless. And y'all voted for her. Now do you understand why Gavin Newsom is bad enough? You just added to that. The reporter asked what she meant by problems she wasn't aware of.
But what do you mean there were warnings you weren't aware of? Because I know we were talking about it on the news. A lot of people were talking about the problems, warning that this was going to be a huge deal.
So when I talked about it with the fire chief, what she said is that we have warnings of Santa Ana winds a lot, but predicting this, and you saw, from the city, from the county, that level of preparation really didn't happen. So it didn't reach that level to me to say something terrible could happen and maybe you shouldn't have gone on the trip.
Why didn't it
But to
happen?
me, I don't know. I mean, I think that's one of the things we need to look at. So 2 investigations are taking place. One internal to the city, and that's the Fire Commission, because that's mandated by the city charter. So the commission will hire an outside entity to examine everything, the pre-deployment, why were firefighters sent home, all of that should have taken place that didn't. And then also the governor has contracted with the Fire Safety Research Institute, which is a national institute that investigated what happened in the fires in Maui. So everything that happened, including that, needs to be examined.
So her people going to examine her? What a mess, huh? What y'all don't know, she's the worst salad like that other guy, right? What's that woman name? That female that wanted to be president.
Kamala.
Oh, yeah, Camilla. Just words. What y'all don't know, white people, you do know it, but you're afraid to say it out loud. Black people don't feel like working. What? She got to go to Ghana. She ain't got time to be trying to think about some fire coming, strong winds, and all that. What? Black people want to go to Ghana. Being mayor is an opportunity to travel, sleep in late, and she ain't got time to be trying to figure out. Look at Camilla, Camilla Harris. She ain't had time to go down to no borders. That's too much work. You want her to go down to the border to try to figure out how to close the border? That's white people stuff. It's been reported that Karen Bass pulled funds from the department after the department begged her for more funds right before the fire. Isn't that amazing? It's been reported. I don't feel like going down there looking at no book to talk about no fun. What y'all talking about? You got enough to put out the little brush fire? Fine. These people are incapable of making America great again. This is why I tremble at the idea that white people will become minority in America after a while. I forgot what year they petitioned that. Think about that. Who will be running America when white people turn their country over to the non-white people? The people of color are here because of the whites. And you turn your house over to them, and what do you expect them to do with it? They didn't build their own house in their own country. How are they going to make it better in your country? And you trust them. If ever we needed you, Lord, we need you now. Black people do not feel like working. They don't even work on their own communities. They don't build business in their own community. They don't do anything about the crime and the drugs in their own community. They go to your, as soon as they get some money, where they go? To the suburbs. They don't face anything around them. And how are they going to make America better? They don't know how. They don't feel like doing it. It's too much work. And you turn America over to them. Thank God that Donald Trump is back. And he looked like he has some good old white folks helping him now to make America great again. Isn't that amazing?